Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's session. We have a very interesting topic, which is tourism management. Very to the point and up to date, and especially in summer, it's very relevant to talk about this subject. And I'm happy to be moderating the session together with our dear guests. And as you know from the announcement and from the invitations, we have three different programs, three different universities, all of them in northern Germany. And yeah, it will be a very exciting one. Before we have more people at the session, I will then briefly remind you of some Zoom rules, which are as follows. Um, as you know, we have three speakers today, or at least three programs, which means that in order to correctly coordinate your questions, I would like to ask you to please mention the program or at least the university to which your question is directed. And in the Q&A, which is already open and will remain open until the very end of the webinar, you can always post your questions with your name or anonymously, doesn't really matter. The main thing is that the questions are program related, and you also mention the program to whom you are asking this question. What else? Chat is right now disabled for you. But it's not fully disabled because I still will be sharing some links as soon as our guests start presenting. I will send the program name, the university link, if they share info emails. So those info emails will be shared and some other details, for example, in case you need GPA calculators, ECTS calculators, or just let me know. All those will be shared in chat. Important thing is to note that don't try to copy from chat, just click on the links and they will remain in your browser. So this is really convenience. You can, in parallel, if you wish, browse and use those links. What else? Frequently asked question is about the recording. Yes, the session is recorded, but it will not be immediately be available. Once all of the procedures are done, and if the video will be available publicly, I will share with you the YouTube link. Also on Tuesday, you will receive a follow-up email with the details of program. So you are very welcome to take notes, but in case you are not that fast in taking notes or you don't have the pen right now, it's fine. We will share this with you. All right. Now I would like to share my short presentation and once again guide you through who is behind today's session and what we are talking about at all. Here are our dear guests, who I will also introduce separately in a moment, but here you can still see the overview. Now, who is behind today's session? It's 𝘱𝘢𝘕 University, which is Germany's largest database of English taught study program. And this simply means that if you want to study in Germany fully or partially in English, then you can gladly use our study finder, which will save your time and efforts in finding a suitable program according to your preferred criteria, such as not only the program subject, but also the language requirements, admission mode, I don't know, intakes, location, etc., etc. Those filters are really useful and they will narrow down your search so that you can easily find the program. I will also advise you to check out our articles that provide general information about different topics. So if today you have a question about scholarships, I will be very likely sharing with you a link about scholarship, which talks about all the information that availabilities that and opportunities that are in Germany for you. So those articles are free of charge, and you are very welcome to check them, especially because those are written by expats and the ones who have studied in Germany, internationals who have studied in Germany. So we try to also share with you our own insights, and this is, I believe, helpful. To make our communication or our interaction a bit more proactive, we also have webinars, and it's approximately 150 webinars per year in two big groups. First, we have general webinars when we talk about broader topics like visa, how to how to apply via Uni Assist, scholarships. In August, we will be talking about Studienkolleg as well. But we also have subject-related webinars that you already are aware of, as you're attending one of them right now. And today, for example, we talk about tourism management. We will tomorrow we have a webinar about MBA, etc. So then these are special occasions when you or when we are happy to have our guest speakers, and then we have special course coordinators, people from administration. So these are the best ones to answer your questions. And of course, our team, which is really international from different countries, different backgrounds, but all of us have studied and lived in Germany, so we are happy to share our ways of doing that with you. Now, if you, and I'm sure you want to study tourism management in Germany, and in case you have not used our study finder yet, you are welcome to select the subject here. So here are two subjects selected because it's tourism management and sustainable tourism that are kind of related. And then you see 13-degree programs. This pops up and you will see it also when you receive the presentation from me, because it's a hyperlink that I include so that you can see their search results right away. Out of them, there are 9 master's programs and 4 bachelors. An English-only option means that there are no German requirements for those specific programs. So if your German is not good enough yet, you're welcome to study fully in English, and I'm sure all the course representatives today will also encourage you to improve your German skills while you are in the country. If you don't know how it feels studying tourism management in Germany at all, because, for example, you want to study bachelor's and you are kind of in search, you know that it's a nice subject, but what about Germany then? You can also check our subject pages. And in the subject pages, you see, of course, both bachelor and master's programs and also overall information, but also it's very general, because you will see today as well, all programs have specific application admission requirements, deadlines, and all those details need to be checked carefully, really carefully. However, generally about rankings, tuitions, universities, you can find that on our subject pages. What we advise you is not to be guided by single aspects. Not only fees or rankings or university names matter. This is more of a combination, and most importantly, your desire. So what do you want to study? And you need to check the programs, like even the syllabi of programs, because this is the way how you then select most suitable program according to your interest and your focus, etc., etc. Now about different types of universities in Germany. There are 2 big groups: Universities of Applied Science and universities. Differences and historic differences can be checked in our article, but mainly what we say is that the difference between those big groups is that universities are more research and theory oriented, while universities of applied science are more application and practice oriented. But sometimes there are some cases when it's a program offered by a university, but there are still some lab works or so. So it always also depends on a program how they structure it. About the wording. So I said that in the study finder, you can filter programs by subject, by program name, and other criteria as well. What we say is that you are welcome to and more encouraged to use the search by subject compared to a name, because not all programs are called like directly master in tourism management or bachelor in tourism management. And if you search, like restrict your search this, like in this narrow down situation, then you are missing lots of other programs. For example, here you have leisure and tourism management, which also has this leisure and which it will not be then it will not appear in your search any longer. All right, then my long story is already over. And I would like to then invite our first guest, Professor Dr. 𝘗𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, head of the ITM study program, and the program full name is Bachelor in Arts International Tourism Management, Cruise Business Innovation. The location, I will be subjective, is very familiar to me because I also studied in Bremen. Yeah, you see the map on the right side and some facts about the program on the left side. We also have another guest from the Hochschule Bremenhaven, Miss Sonja Kassen, and then you both then decide who takes over first. I will stop my screen share and give the virtual mic to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. I will briefly share my screen. Where was that? So I hope this works now. So you see this full screen? Perfect.
Yes, we do.
So thank you very much. Yeah, International Tourism Management is our bachelor degree. First of all, it is located in Bremerhaven, which is a small, medium-sized town in the north of Germany. So it has around 100,000 inhabitants. And we are located close to the North Sea. So we have a little beach, some nice sunsets, and a nice little town located next to the university. So actually the university is in the middle of the city center. And yeah, here you can see some impressions of the campus as well. So sometimes we have some nice student events and festivals going on here. But and here you can see the professors. So my name is 𝘗𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨. I am the program coordinator and professor for tourism management for 2.5 years now. And these are my colleagues. They are also teaching tourism management, and most of the lectures are taught by these 4 professors. But of course, we have a few more for some special subjects. We have some lecturers from other universities or from companies that are teaching as well. And we have quite small courses. So normally we are in 20 to 40 student groups. So not that big lecture halls. So it's quite common that we know our students very well. We know the names of our students, and it's a very, on eye level atmosphere at our university. So key facts, it's a Bachelor of Arts English level. You need a C1 English level. You really need this, otherwise it's too challenging to understand all the lectures. So you really need, of course, good English skills. You need A1 German skills, but A1 is just, very, very low level and quite easy to reach for you. But as you already announced, I can highly recommend to also improve your German language skills in Bremerhaven, so it's easier for you to find friends and get in contact with other people here. We are always starting winter semester. It's an 8-semester bachelor degree, so a little bit longer than usual. And this is due to our 1 year abroad. So you spend 1 whole year abroad. We do some exceptions that you can stay in Germany if you really want, but normally all our students spend the 5th and the 6th semester abroad. So you can choose whether you want to study abroad or you want to work abroad. So you can even combine this. So you can also say, okay, I want to study 1 semester and I want to work 1 semester abroad. So it's all up to you how you choose to do this. You can choose your university, the country, your company abroad, just according to your needs and interests. So yeah, this is quite common that everybody finds their own jobs there. So it's full-time, of course, maximum 40 students, sometimes even less. And in general, we have small groups, sometimes even smaller than that, so which makes us special. So International Tourism Management is the whole program, and within this program you can choose whether you want to focus on either cruise business or innovation. So in the last year of the study program you have several classes that either are cruise business related or innovation. So cruise business is of course all about cruises, so how to design the perfect cruise, what needs to be considered, what is a good itinerary, what about safety issues? What about the latest trends? the latest debates, also about sustainability here. So this is all topic here. And in innovation, of course, is more about, of course, always up to date, the latest innovations, new technologies, sustainability, all trends that are, of course, always applied to tourism. So we don't talk about anything that's not relevant in the tourism industry. It's all very applied. Here you can see our curriculum. The first 4 years or the first 4 semesters are basically the foundations of business and management. So you learn everything about companies. There's a big part, of course, how companies work. We talk about marketing, how products are promoted and services are promoted. Human resource, how to handle your employees and manage your employees. So very basic at this case. Financial management, how to handle your finance and do controlling. And next to these foundations, we have all the tourism subjects like destination management. So there are, of course, many destination management organizations like city marketing or on national level that promote their destinations. We talk about hotels and hotel management, airlines, and so on. So in the first 4 semesters. Then you go for 1 year abroad. And then the last year is focused on either cruise business or innovation. And of course, we have some more subjects of sustainability, career planning to prepare you for the work afterwards. In the first column, you can see competencies modules, entrepreneurship competencies, citizenship competencies, and so on. So these are projects. So every semester we have one project where you work in teams of around 7 students and you apply the knowledge that you gain in the other lectures. So normally we talk a lot, the professors talk a lot, and in the project sessions, then you work together with your students and apply the knowledge. For example, you work together with other companies, local organizations in Bremerhaven, and so on. So one example of this semester is that we do a cooperation with the 𝘱𝘢𝘱𝘕 in Germany, one of the biggest companies that build cruise ships. Here we do a cooperation where my students of the 2nd semester, they have to improve the current exhibition for tourists there and think about solutions, how to attract more guests, how to even provide offers for companies, and so on. So here we have group meetings all the time and even visited the 𝘱𝘱𝘱𝘱, of course, so they learn to know the exhibition by themselves. It's in Papenburg in the west of Germany. Moreover, if you're interested, you can even do a double degrees with us. So we have one double degree program with Bangkok, Thailand, and one with Spain. So if you want, you can spend 1 year in Bangkok studying there at the 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘳𝘵. And then you get a 2nd bachelor degree in international trade and business logistics. And this is a really nice university. Here you can see a picture. I've just been there teaching myself. And we always have 5 students going there and 5 students from Bangkok visiting us, studying at our university, and also then gaining our degree. And on the left side, you can see the lectures that you need to attend when you want to gain the 2nd bachelor degree. In general, we do have a lot of international tourists, tourism students, so it's a very international environment. So not you and a lot of Germans, but we have students from all kinds of countries around the world. Career opportunities, of course, you can work in all kinds of tourism companies like tour operators, destination management, as I already mentioned, so that's companies promoting a region, transportation from airlines to bus companies, trains, hospitality, the cruise industry, of course, in consulting, event management. It's basically a broad field where you could be working at. And we even have students that decide, okay, the tourism is nice, but we want to work in a normal company in a marketing department, maybe for cars, for all kind of convenience products. So even some students work in other companies because you have a really good business foundation lectures that you know everything, how companies work, about marketing, human resource, so you can even apply for other companies. If you figure out during your bachelor degree that tourism is maybe not your favorite subject. We do some excursions. Last year, I've been on an AIDA cruise for 5 days with my final year of students. And the students, we visited Oslo and Copenhagen, and the students learned to know all kind of departments and job opportunities of the cruise ship. So we talked to all kind of employees, and they told us how they got their job and what motivates them to work there, and the pros and cons of working on a cruise ship. And this was really interesting, really great insights. And yeah, we just had a great time on the AIDA Luna. Moreover, my students are currently organizing a little cruise, a river cruise for tourism students, so which is popular in Germany. You can go on a river cruise called TourCon. It's river cruise only for tourism students. Around 200 students and tourism companies are joining a cruise for 3 days, and then you have workshops provided by the company representatives. And you get great insights, and of course it's a networking event, so you learn to know the companies, but also other students, and can build your own network and just have a good time on the river. Yeah, and the last thing I want to mention, we also have a student initiative called 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈. Students of our study program, they also organize a lot of events by themselves, ship visits and so on. And one of the students is currently here, Bastian. I think he can also tell you a little bit more of the study program himself.
Thank you. I'm Bastian. I'm currently in the 2nd semester of ITM. I've been living in Bremerhaven my whole life. So I was born here and raised here. We have actually very few exams within the study program. Like this semester, we have 4 written exams, and the other 3 are reports, like group works. Bremerhaven is a very good city for students because the cost of living is very low here, I'd say. And we have like a mile of pubs very close to the Hochschule. So there's a lot of student life going on there. We, as Professor Wagner mentioned, we visit cruise ships from time to time, where the companies guide us around the ships and show us everything and explain how how cruise ships work. The campus is very small, or medium-sized, so it's easy to network even within other programs. And due to the course being international, we get to make friendships with people all over the world, and be connected. Yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Do you already have some questions for us, or shall we just continue with the next presentation?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for the presentation, and also Bastian for your input. I think more questions will come to you as a student, and then we can discuss them after our 2 more presentations. We can go ahead and talk about the Q&A. So thank you very much, Professor Wagner. And I will share now my screen and introduce our second guests and second study program, which is master's level in international tourism management. It will be presented by Sarah Dornheim, and it's West Coast University of Applied Science. And again, you see the location and your potential future university then.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to present our master degree program, International Tourism Management, from the West Coast University of Applied Sciences. So today it's just me from our university. I am Sarah Dornheim, as Nino already introduced me. I also studied at the FH Westküste in Heide and the tourism program, and now I'm working at the FH Westküste and want to talk and introduce you to our university and also to our study program. So the West Coast University of Applied Sciences is also a smaller university. We have approximately 1,600 students in total in all our study programs that we offer. So we are also a smaller university with smaller learning groups, especially in the master program. We have just roundabout, so maximum capacity is of 30 students. So, and sometimes we're smaller. So it's also always about you get to know your fellow students and who you're studying with, and also the professors know you by name, and yeah, can help you out if you have any questions anytime. Yes, so the university is located in Heide, as Nino already showed on her slide as well. So, which is in the northern part of Germany. We have quite near to us in Büsum, for example, you have access to the Wadensee. Heide itself has a big market square where you have weekly markets, but we also have a pub street and where you can enjoy city life and nightlife. So the northern of Germany, which is kind of for all of us, beaches are close and you can visit the sea and enjoy a recreation time. Yeah, so on the FH Westküste, we have a bachelor program, International Tourism Management, which is so the language of instruction is German. So it probably is not, so that's why I'm not presenting that today, because you would need a C1 level of German to study the bachelor program. But after the bachelor program, we also have the master program, which is also called International Tourism Management, and the abbreviation is also ITM. And this program, that what I'm going to present to you now, is instructed in English. So English only. You don't need a German certificate of any kind. You can also learn German while you're studying here for getting around in town. And yes, but it's not needed for the courses because all the courses are completely in English. And the program itself is about over 4 semesters. After that, you have your Master of Arts. And this is our curriculum, our standard course structure. So in the bottom line, you can see the first semester with all the courses that we offer, and also for the next semesters. The first 3 semesters, you have different courses from different aspects of tourism, like current topics in tourism in the first semester, or aspects of tourist behavior. In the second semester, digital transformation, crisis management and resilience, and so that's the blue ones are from round about the area of tourism. Then we have in yellow, you can see the modules and courses of the area of management, so strategic management, intercultural management, leadership, and all those courses. And in pinkish, it's the methods, so qualitative and quantitative research methods, or critical thinking, scientific writing, and those courses. In the 4th semester, you just have your master thesis that you're going to write in your master seminar and a colloquium. And that's like the brief overview of this structure for a program. So you have the chance, after you did a bachelor in tourism management, for example, somewhere else, you can study our master program to improve your skills in those 3 areas, tourism management and methods, to gain some more information of all those areas. Yes, but it's not only about knowledge, it's always also about the applied sciences, because we are a University of Applied Sciences, so the practical orientation is always important for us. In all your courses, you always don't only have the theory, but you always have examples and projects where we connect theory to practice and give you the chance to network in the industry. one part where this networking also takes place is our research institute that we have on the FH Westküste. It's called German Institute of Tourism for Tourism Research, Deutsches Institut für Tourismusforschung. So that's a big research institute, the biggest of in tourism research in Germany. We have this offers the possibility for to transfer newest research into the teaching, into your courses that you're studying, to give you the opportunity to work in projects and discuss possible solutions, to write your master thesis, practice related in form of in working with a project that we are doing here, and to establish contacts with the industry. In the case studies that you have in your studies, this is the opportunity where you really can work in a project. You can, for example, and to give you an example what that could mean, in the past we had students who examined tourism concepts of German hiking destinations, for example, or they newly developed the offer of a wine museum, or they just now are evaluating a jazz festival with a survey that they're doing on site and in the music festival in an excursion, and then they will evaluate afterwards what they found out. So that's like a good possibility for you to not just gain more detailed information and knowledge, but also always to work on projects hands-on and see how it's applied. So for the entrance requirements and how the application works, so we have some details about what exactly is required. Basically, you need a bachelor certificate to study a master. That's for every master you're studying. And in our case, it would need to be with the grade 2.5 or better. And then we are doing an aptitude test. Details I will share with you shortly. The application period is from until the 15th of July always. So this year and next year the same, because we are always starting in winter semester, so with lectures starting end of September. The application process basically is just an application portal that we have on our website. You can fill out an application form online and then just send required documents like your certificates and so on by email to us. And then there's a list of documents that we just need from you, like school leaving certificate or your bachelor certificate, to check that you did a bachelor, which is kind of tourism related, which I will get to now, because there are some specifics, because our master program is like based on that you already did a bachelor program in tourism management, or that you gained work experience in tourism. And so you don't have to start fresh with really basic tourism, but it's a master program. So that's why we have, like, I just brought you this kind of picture to see. The first step is you need a bachelor degree of from a German institution or from abroad. It doesn't matter, with a grade of at least 2.5. And then if it's a degree program in dark blue, you can see that. If it's in tourism management or a related subject, something with tourism, and you have at least 10 ECTS or credit points in economics and 10 ECTS in tourism science, that's fine. Then you just have your like you can see in green, the certificate of your English level of B2 that is needed, and then you will get the invitation to the aptitude test. If you have a bachelor from a non-subject related program, for example, not tourism, but something completely different, but then after your bachelor, you worked like for many years in tourism, at least 3 years and professional experience in a tourism institution in a responsible position. So your experience is not really, so your tourism experience is from your work and not from your bachelor degree, that's fine as well. So that's this, in light blue, you can see like this way. So you have a non-subject related degree program, but you have work experience, and then we can also invite you to the aptitude test. This is just to give you a brief overview of, so you can think about if you might be able to get admission. But always, I would always suggest just contact us if you have any questions. We will can always answer your questions about admission, but also about the program in detail if you just contact us directly. And then we will just check it and can always give you better answers in person than like in this short overview. Yeah, so that's our contact details. Just again, so that's myself, but also my colleague Patricia Thaden, who is working with me in the ITM office, and our program director is Dr. Tim Harms. So if you have any questions, always feel free to contact us. There's like our email address of itm@fh-westküste.de. And yeah, you always can also find more information on our website. So, and I will also answer your questions in the Q&A session, of course. So we would love to welcome you at our university. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for the presentation. Dear attendees, the links, email are all in chat. GPA calculator as well. I will also put ECTS calculator in case you don't know how it can be transferred if your university is using different schedule. And now, last but not least, I would like to give this virtual mic or floor to Steffi Schnierer, who will talk about Master in Tourism Development Strategies, University of Applied Science Stralsund. Once again, the location program facts are on the slide. You will also have a closer look during the presentation, but also afterwards when you receive the follow-up email. So I stop my screen share and you can take over.
Okay, perfect. I hope you can see my screen. And first of all, yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to present our program today, Tourism Development Strategies, a master program with a really strong international focus. I also like to start off by giving you an idea who's presenting today. As I have been introduced already, I'm Steffi Schnierer. I'm in charge of the program management of this international program. I have been working at this university for more than 20 years and have been also heavily involved in the preparation and developing this international program, working with young people. In particular, is always really great motivation for me and supporting them in finding their career. But I'm not alone here today. I'm very happy that Marlene is supporting me, a student of the second semester. So I'd like to encourage you, of course, to type in as many questions as you want to. She will be very happy to answer them. All right. Welcome to Stralsund. We are very located up north. I always say it's close to Scandinavia. It's a very beautiful city. We have approximately 60,000 inhabitants, and Stralsund belongs to the World Heritage Center of the UNESCO since 2002. If you are fond of water sports, you are right here. That's the perfect spot for you. Come to Stralsund. To give you even a better idea, I just thought, where are we located in our federal state? As already mentioned, it's up north. It's a 3 hours drive to our capital, Berlin, or to Hamburg, just to give all of us a better orientation. It's a small university, very familiar, and I very much like the term which have been used today. We have an on eye level contact with our students, so we know them by name. I'd like to repeat them. That's certainly true for our university too. To give you a really short idea, what's our plan for today? I have prepared a very small agenda. Of course, we'd like to share with you some insights about our concept, our program, our international program, but also about the campus, our student life. What can you expect living here by living in Stralsund, employability? So we'd like to share with you the career opportunities. And of course, last but not least, the application process, always an important piece of information. Let's start off by providing some very, very basic facts. So the focus is on tourism management and business administration. So it's the combination of these professional expertise, what we believe is important for the future generation. We do offer 3 pathways, so it's a perfect and flexible structure, which I particularly would like to highlight. So depending on your bachelor degree, you can either study 2, 3, or 4 semesters in here tourism development strategies. Our English of tuition is completely in English in our 2-semester program, and then we have just 1 module in the 3 and 4 semester program. We start always in September, so for your planning, this is most likely an important information. And we do request some program costs which will be spent entirely for you, as we all will go on an international excursion. I come to that point in a couple of minutes, as this is a real highlight of our program. I'd like to continue now by highlighting what I see are the most criteria, most important issues or of our philosophy, our concept. And I already focused on the professional expertise, tourism, business, administration, and management, but it's actually the holistic combination of those 4 competencies, which has been illustrated here for you. So this field of expertise express our the training, and also should represent a great added value by bringing those skills together, and of course the acquisition of important future skills of our participants. Yeah, we could speak about this slide for 15 minutes, but let me just stress maybe the most important things. Dealing with innovation and change is an important ability of being prepared for an uncertain future. To think and act strategically in a strategic way, it's what really stands out and what makes our program also very unique. Value-based management, the appreciation of cultural diversity, I think that's an important thing to highlight also for our society. So this is an inherent philosophy of our program, of our participants, and we want to guide you to find your career for your personal and for your working life later on. And of course, English classes, this is what really highlights. Speaking about the University of Applied Science means that we have a very, very practical orientation, that we always want to combine theory with practice. For instance, we have a real life case project where our students work an entire semester on a real case, and then at the end of the semester, they in front of all the representatives from the company, they are going to prepare and present their solutions and potential ways to find solutions for this strategic issue. This is a great benefit, and also a perfect training for our students. Meetings with companies and conferences, as you can see it here. We have been 2 weeks ago, our student group has been to Rostock, and we had a chance to meet 2 big players of the in the field of tourism. First of all, AIDA Cruises, which is one very, very good partner of us. We have a very close relationship, very close cooperation with AIDA Cruises. And in addition, we visit the Tourism Association of our federal state, of course, then to speak about latest trends, how to meet challenges of the industry, and of course to share again the experience of all the professionals we have met in Rostock. Lastly, also to write your master thesis at the end of your course of study. It's a great way to open doors for your future career. By saying that, I'd like to speak about our excursion. I also touched the point, international excursion. Studying tourism means we want to go into the field, we want to go and discover new destinations with you. So it's a mandatory component of our program. And I think those 3 photos, these are just examples from Iceland, from Sri Lanka, as well as from the Sultanate of Oman, where we have been in the past. So I think that gives you good, a good feeling about the atmosphere. What we do, of course, we analyze sustainable tourism when we are abroad, when we are out into the field. But it's also about getting to know each other better. It's about getting to know other cultures better. And of course, to transfer those strategies then into practice when we are back. That brings me to the point where are we going to next? So if you plan with TDS, with our master's program, you can plan going to the archipelago of the Azores, which is, from our point of view, a really, really good spot in order to analyze, once again, sustainable tourism at its best. We do want to do some insel hoppings. We want to do what the normal tourists do, go to 3 islands of the Azores. So October 2024, this is the plan for all of our new students. Our international atmosphere is also highlighted by some activities we do regularly with our students. For instance, our International Welcome Week. We do have a buddy program so that really local students look after you in the beginning, help you with some organizational things, bureaucratic matters. So, and that's really a lifelong relationship, which always is a great plus for coming to our place and then having really a cozy start into the program, but also at our university as a whole. All right, accommodation. We think that's always a quite important feature to speak about. Here in Stralsund, you can live directly on campus. We have here, you can see these nice little wooden houses. So it's really next door to our campus. It's a very nice atmosphere. And you can see the information yourself. I just wanted to highlight it's only 5 minutes to the beach from this campus. And looking outside today, I think this is where all the students are at the moment, since we have such a sunny day. But we wanted to continue by highlighting our career opportunities. What can you do with your master's degree in TDS afterwards? And first of all, before we go into detail, I'd just really like to share or like to stress that that the strategic orientation, it's really a great plus. It gives you such a broad range of opportunities. Maybe you start off by working in the destination management. It's always a very good start for lots of our alumni. But also you could see yourself in the tourism field of tourism product development, yield management, Sun Express, AIDA cruises. I mean, this is the perfect field for bringing in your competence in that particular field of study. But also tourism consulting is in great demand, as well as marketing is a particular nice field of activity for our alumni. I just wanted to name once again some companies here. So AIDA cruises, once again, we always met alumni when we go on our excursions, when we visit companies, but also Beamline, silk marketing, these very, very diverse fields of studies where you can see yourself later on. What kind of admission requirements do we request? And I'd like to share that the first academic degree in business studies. So it's either tourism, but also could be a general, let's say, international business bachelor degree, which is fine with us. And then once again, according to our flexible structure, the number of credits, they really give direction in which degree course, in which pathways you are studying in. Of course, it's a proof of English skills. Our program is international orientated. It's an English-speaking program, and you need to bring in an additional proof of German skills if you qualify for our 3 and 4 semester program. I already highlighted that we wanted to go on an excursion with all of our students. So for that reason, we request that lump sum, as you can see it here yourself, money which is not spent will be reimbursed to you afterwards. But you can really expect we cover everything in that excursion: flight, transfer, living costs during that excursion. Lots of brilliant activities. So of course, when we go to the Azores, the in-between flight from island to island is covered as well. We plan some social and intercultural events. Everything is included in that amount of money. Once again, for the 2 and 3 semester program, we asked you to bring in or to submit a proof of job experience with a minimum of 12 weeks. If you don't have any job experience, of course, then the 4th semester program, which is where 1 entire semester is spent for gaining job experience, for doing an internship, it would be the perfect choice. In terms of application, we make use, as many other universities, of an institution which is pre-checking the application. That's 𝘈𝘢𝘃𝑔𝑔𝑑𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝑑𝘦, it's an institution located in Berlin. So you would need to apply and to upload all your information, all your documents at 𝘈𝘢𝘃𝑔𝑑𝘦, and they will transfer all the information to our site. And here you can see the deadlines. I always recommend, please apply earlier. By doing that, you also have a great chance to have our admission letter a bit earlier. So that's fine from our side. Don't wait until the very last minute. Then maybe also in terms of visa issues, it could get a bit more complicated. Well, that brings me to our last slide. And of course, you can find us on social media. It's a student of mine, it's Marlene, who is also at this moment in charge for our Instagram account. So that's a channel, of course, we are very, we can say proud of. You can really track, you can get a picture about our program, about the student life. You can also share some information on TikTok if you want to. And then, of course, if you were interested in, you find further information on our homepage. You are very welcome to send me questions afterwards, to get in touch with us. Before we start with our Q&A session, I very much hope there's a bit of time that also my student Marlene can share with us some insights from about the student's life. I hope we have these 2 more minutes. Marlene, the floor is yours.
Yes, I can see not. So hi everyone. I guess Ms. Schneer already told you a lot about the admission requirements and all our study program, but I would like to talk about our student life a little bit more, because at the end of it all, it's just not all about studying, it's also about enjoying your time here. And what really makes 𝘱𝑢𝘪𝑠𝑜𝑛 special for me is how much the students are involved in student life here and how many clubs and sports there are. Ms. Schneer already mentioned the IEP, which is the International Event Point. I'm part of this. That's great for all the international students coming to our university, because we really try to focus on combining our cultures, coming together and having a good experience together, which is great at the beginning because we have speed friending, for example, where you can meet new people. We have this buddy program, and we organize culture events. We go on little trips to the island or in 𝘱𝑢𝘪𝘃𝑔𝑑𝘦, or just have a really good time together, I guess. And then for sports, obviously water sports are quite popular here, and also like badminton, volleyball, all of that. I hope that gives you a little rundown. If you have any more questions about student life, just text me on Instagram and I can try to answer as many as possible.
Hey, thanks very much, Marlene. Well, I think we have to come to an end, and I'd like to hand over to Nino.
Yeah, thank you very much then for the presentation for Student Life Insight. It's always very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Now let's us tackle some of the questions. First of all, thank you very much for already answering many of them. Actually, I guess everybody to answered their program-related questions, but I would like to still maybe summarize some of them and ask to you once again to voice it. First of all, let's ask Professor Wagner to mention about the bachelor's program, because I saw the questions about advising to apply with 1 year university experience. So frequently there are questions about the 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, and if you advise then students to do a 1 year of the university at their home country. And the second one was, which was already answered, about the how you kind of rank students, because for the bachelors they do not have a rich CV, or how can they make sure you like them and you accept them?
So yeah, I would I think Sonja can say more about the application process, but I can also say that you don't need any university experience in advance our study program. So if you have like a full school education, you don't need this, but maybe you miss 1 year in school, or you do not have all the requirements, then this can be beneficial. But I'm not involved in the application process when it comes to requirements. So maybe Sonja can say something about this.
Okay, thank you, Gina. Well, concerning the application process for applicants who have an educational background from outside the EU, actually there might be sometimes the request to submit at least, or to show at least 1 year of university experience in the same field. It depends. There are so many different kind of high school diplomas and university entrance certificates, even from country to country. And this can be already checked out on ANABIN. They offer a drop-down list of the countries. You can search for your country, and then you can search for your educational background, and then it will pop up what kind of requirements are additionally needed. Many countries do have need additional requirements. So please check this out, and otherwise it's done via UniAssist.
Thank you. And I guess the last program that was presented, Masters, also uses UniAssist. Therefore, I linked, in case you don't know what UniAssist is, we will have a webinar on Friday about UniAssist 4 o'clock German time. In case you don't want to wait until Friday, there is a number of articles that I also linked in the chat. You're welcome to have a look. Now I have a few questions to Sarah that were already answered, but still. So one was about the work experience. I guess there was misunderstanding. You said that people who do not have direct work background in tourism, they could also prove it via work experience. But as I understood, the person thought it should be directly, like, for all applicants, work experience is mandatory. Could you please once again emphasize this?
Yes, sure. So that was just the two ways of how you could get admission. So one of those ways is if you have a bachelor in like tourism management or really tourism management related subjects, then you don't need work experience. Then you just have the background knowledge that we need for you to have. You had gained that through your bachelor degree. It's just the second option is just if you don't, so if you just have a bachelor in economics or something completely different, so like something technical, or really you did a bachelor in a completely different subject, then you still could get admission if you have work experience in tourism. That was what I was explaining. So that was only the second way. So if you have like something in tourism management in your bachelor degree, if you had that, you don't need work experience.
Mm-hmm. Now the question to Ms. Schnierer. Marlene already answered it, but I would like to voice it again. There are 3 questions combined. First was, how many students do you accept per intake? is the application to UniAssist fully online? And do you think that students with a non-related background like history can successfully participate in the program?
Okay, well, one by one. Yes, I would say that between 20 and 30 students, that's a quite good range I think that gives you a clear idea how many people usually start studying. So it's a good number. We already covered, let's say, between 30 and 40, but in general, that's the number we deal with. Yes, UniAssist is working completely online, and I'm 100% sure that it's even possible that you do not only apply at one university. You have to pay a certain amount of money. But wonderful that you will run such an event for presenting all the difficulties maybe or information passed on related to UniAssist. You can apply at different universities. So that's a good thing, fully online. And what we actually request from our participants, from our applicants, is either a general degree in business studies or in tourism studies. So sometimes there's then we will check if maybe somebody with some general business management will qualify for our program, but that's a very specific kind of checking then at this moment.
Okay, thank you. Actually, dear attendee, there were breakdowns of ECTS for master's programs, and the calculator is also in chat, so you can also see in case your degree qualifies. Now there is a question from Franklin. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a graduate of business administration and have over 20 years of post-study experience. I must have experience in tourism and also, so I have to pay UniAssist for the application. So I'll take this one, I guess, because it's general about UniAssist. Yeah, dear Franklin, you need to pay 75 euros for first application, 30 euros every following application the same semester. It's done fully online. Join us on Friday for more details, or you can check out the article. They also give this nice breakdown. So it doesn't matter. Earlier there were some UniAssist tuition, UniAssist cost waivers, but unfortunately they are not in force any longer. There is a general question about the path at the Bremenhaven. So the specializations that can be chosen, you mentioned two, and the question was answered, so when it's selected and so on. But do you also guide students on how to make the decision or how the process? I don't know, maybe Bastian also, if he's already on that point, or then.
Yes, we do have an introduction to cruise and an introduction to innovation before you have to make a decision. Okay. So in the third semester, you already get an introduction. Everybody gets an introduction to both subjects. And so you have like plenty of time and plenty of introduction to these subjects before you have to decide. And then you can still switch. So when you say, okay, I want to do cruise, but now after your semester abroad, you figure out, no, the other one is more interesting. Then you can still switch. But then you do, at the end, you have to stick to one of either topics. So this will be also on your final record, mention what you did, what you focused on. But yeah, we will totally introduce you to both topics. So I guess you feel safe when you do your choice.
Yeah, you will be guided, so don't worry. There was one general question about the PhD, because I think some students were a bit skeptical of doing PhD at the University of Applied Science. And maybe both master programs could, I think it's more related for you, could then follow up. Is it possible to continue with a PhD in case they finalize one of your study programs?
So if I start, so if you have our master program has you have the Master of Arts, which is like internationally and in Germany as well recognized as a master degree, and it's not something like less worth because it's a University of Applied Sciences or something. So if you have a master degree, and this would be in our case, and I think it's also the case in Stralsund, then you qualify for a PhD program, yes.
I couldn't agree more. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Certainly,
great.
master qualifies for PhD. Absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. Then you can start maybe in Birmingham, and if you are doing bachelor's, and go one of the masters, and then finalize with PhD, which we don't have today presented, but let's see. Maybe we can also find a PhD programs that can be presented in a webinar. Great. The remaining questions were answered. I do not repeat them because I find them a bit more technical. And first of all, thank you, dear guests, for already answering them in written form very thoroughly and in detail. So I think everybody who was asking it got their response. If you have further questions, dear attendees, you have the emails in the chat. Feel free to contact them directly. Sometimes we also get question, can you apply from us? No, you cannot. You are welcome to directly contact the program representatives, and they are very friendly, as you see, and happy to help you.